Hey, how's it going, everybody? Quick check-in on the Bixbi Outsider build. As you can see, it looks quite different now. I ended up installing my 72 volt 20 amp hour battery. I got my new seat on here from Blur Boundaries, and I peeled off the vinyl wrap that was on there. I ended up having to stretch the tank out to get the battery in, kind of heat it up and flex it, and I had to gain about 3 inches of width, almost 2.5, 3 inches of width to get the battery to squeeze in there. And so when I did, I actually caused like some bubbling effects in the top layer of vinyl. So I ended up pulling it off. Had everything up and running yesterday, kind of shakeout thing, and everything went well. Rode for about 5-6 miles, and got out a little while ago for a little morning ride, and I hit 44 coming down the street, tracked on my GPS. So this thing's pretty insane right now. It's one of those where you almost have to, I mean, it'll still take off slow, but you don't want to whiskey throttle this thing, because it wants to wheelie now. And I didn't think it would help. I actually thought it might hinder everything, but the dual motor on the front, actually it's still kind of like a little turbo. You can feel it taking the load away from the back. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep with it for a while. I've got another 72, and I was gonna see if I could figure out how to get 40 amp hours on this thing, and then just run both of the controllers. But I'm gonna have to change the controller out for the front wheel, because I don't see any marking saying that it can handle anything over 52 volts. So I've got another controller that will, but again, that's one of those things where I've got to take it down for a weekend again and rebuild it back up. So I'm just going to enjoy this for a while. And so Bixbi is gone now, except for I left the little treasure trail in the middle as a reminder. So right now we're still got a little bit of markings, but walk through here, show you the Alcantara seat. It doesn't smell like leather though, so I don't think it is, and it's from Blur Boundaries, and it is quite a bit wider than what came on there, and it's a little denser, but I think it being wider, and I don't have but like 6 or 7 miles on it right now, it feels really good though compared to the stock. I didn't get around to, I pulled the grips I had that I took off of the Dart. I threw it on there, and I didn't want to mess with pulling the mirror off to change that one out last night. So I got out this morning and forgot that I hadn't finished up. So I've actually got a pair of ODI grips on the way, so changing them out was kind of pointless in the first place. But again, Micheal Blast Outsider, now 44 miles an hour into the wind, and it's a scary beast now. Again, I'll check in occasionally with it. I don't see me doing a whole lot more other than possibly getting rid of the original battery and the controller for the front wheel, and trying to figure out something different with that. But right now I'm just going to enjoy this thing for a little bit. And oh, and I had to kind of cut the bottom of the tank off. If you get real close, you can see my battery kind of peeking out right there. So I think I'm going to throw some black tape on that at some point, kind of cover it up. Kind of same thing over here. See, it just barely peeks out. And so it is it's taking up that whole inside thing, and it's, even after heating it up and flexing it out, it's still kind of pinched in there. But so far so good, and I'll check in with you guys later. And thanks for checking out the build. And the Huntsmen so far are awesome, really awesome.